Be careful who you decide to build with. Because little do you know, you could be building with somebody who don't even know how to give you the ladder or the damn tools necessary. And if you're in a karmic energy, and you will know because it just literally is not working out and you're being called to let go and love you, you need to do that ASAP so your freaking divine counterpart can come in. Until then, it's time to continue to make those boss moves or for some of y'all to just rest and relax and get into a better state of mind, etc. You're too precious of a gem. You're God's warrior. But at the end of the day, God wants you to put down the, the weight of the world that's on your shoulders. You don't deserve to carry that burden because it's not yours to carry. You're just there to experience life and learn from the choices that you make and that you don't make. But I just want to say this, be mindful of who you try to build with. Because a lot of times when you down and out, you know what I'm saying, and you probably dug a hole for yourself or whatever the case may be, because life sometimes can be life in. Be mindful when there's people around who watch you go through things and don't help, who listens to your story and probably tries to throw around a few encouraging words, but you can feel that it's not genuine, or you can feel that they could do more, but they don't. 911 on the clock. Be mindful, pay attention to the energy that's not reciprocated in your love connections. And this don't just have to be romantic, it can be paternal, it can be platonic, it can even be business. You deserve a life full of people who's going to reciprocate the energy. And a lot of people may not be able to tend to you the way that you need because they have their own life. But I promise you, with your humanitarian spirit and light worker energy or soul path, you always make sure everyone is good. So who's going to be there to save you in the end? Who's going to be there to wipe away your tears? It's literally going to be God. Because the people that you've attracted and that you've connected with and unhealthily attached to, they don't have the capacity of love that you have. They don't have look, 2:01 on the clock. Learn who you are, okay? Start taking yourself out, whether it's the mall, the movies, to restaurants, literally, like, just go silent, go quiet, reinvent yourself and pop out when you're ready, because everybody will see you. And guess what? You won't see anybody else because you've raised your standards during those times, because you just had you've had enough. Okay? Some of you guys, you have the capacity to keep going, and because like I said, you know what love is, and love is unlimited. Love is unconditional. So you will keep on giving your energy away to people who literally don't deserve it. I don't care if it's your parents. I don't care if it's the exes or the situationships. I don't care what it is. Learn to be your own lover and friend, and be that own parent for yourself. What do you want? What is best for you? The energy of what can you do for my daughter? Or what's your intentions for my daughter? Do that for yourself. Do that with yourself. Want best for yourself and apply that. I'm experiencing a journey now where I had to cut off a lot of people, a lot of family, even immediate family, even lovers or situationships, because they just weren't ready for me. They were in karmic energy. But with the capacity of love that I'm able to give, I'm always letting people back in my life and seeing the potential and like all of these things. But what I need to remember is what they showed me. They showed me they didn't give a damn when they chose to act in a certain way, when they chose to say certain things. You know what I'm saying? If you create trauma for me, even when I try to tell you about it, even when I'm vulnerable with you, etc., and you make it even, you add to my plate, oh yeah, you're not for me, because I would never add to a person's plate. And what I do would never even be intentional. You got some people out here who intentionally hurting you. So please pay attention, because it's right there in your face. 411, the information, everything you need to see is right there in your face. And most of you guys are very intelligent. You have an immense amount of wisdom. Please use it. You're not tripping. 234 on the clock. And the thing is, you're full of life when you're not even in these people energy. You're probably more productive. You probably feel like you're in a more healthy energy, mind, body, and soul wise. So this is probably just one of those things where you love somebody more than you love yourself. So it's time to redirect back to spirituality or whatever you believe in, going back within and connecting back with self, getting back into a oneness with self, because self-love actually is the best love, especially when you attract people who can't even love you. then you still doing the work yourself. So it may be hard to break away and you start gaining unhealthy attachments. See what I mean? You are a god and a goddess. You do not deserve to live this type of life. You deserve a life of luxury, a life of no worry, a life without cheating from a partner, etc. Somebody who loves you unconditionally. Okay, somebody you don't have to worry about. Somebody where there's eternal love that exists. With these other relationships, eternal love won't exist here. So how about you stop feeling alone, stop feeling afraid, step out of your comfort zone, do what you need to do for yourself. Do what you've always been wanting to do and what your intuition been telling you to do, which is that feeling. A lot of you love the feeling of just flourishing out on your own and this and that, but it's probably something that you never done before. But once you do it, then we can get out of that, oh, I never done it before, da da da, because we've done it. And now it's nothing to us. 4, 5, 6 on the clock. So take the steps that you need to get yourself out of your current situation. Mind, body, soul wise, emotional, mentally, spiritually, financial, whatever it may be. 5, 5, 5 on the clock. So a lot of you guys, it's going to require some change. Okay? But know that it's thousands, millions, trillions of us around the world who you can relate to. And if you're spiritual, I would go on the spiritual side of TikTok, because then you will connect with people like me and other people who can actually empathize with you and who won't gaslight or manipulate or call you a liar or invalidate your feelings, okay? Which is possibly what you've experienced before. So maybe you even start doing the same thing to yourself. Maybe that's why you developed that guilt wound and it, etc. I've been at the lowest in my life. And when I connected with people, they didn't do anything but put me more in a lower energy. And I like the potential that you hold for a person and the way that you viewed them from when they first showed you who they were, which was good. And, everything was peaches and cream, unless, and it probably really wasn't. You probably just was still settling. Little did you know. And if you have a bad memory, you probably don't even remember that because of all the traumatic shit that's been happening to your brain, and your brain have no choice but to push it to the back of your damn head. But yeah, as I said, I say this to say, you will be in a hell. You will be in hell that these people have led you to because of your own selflessness, and they won't even give you a rope to lead you out. You know what I'm saying? They won't do any of those things. That's what I'm experiencing right now. And Kevin Gates awoken me to having to open y'all's throat chakra. So speak your freaking truth. Okay, you've dealt with something with a spiritualist and they turned out to be some fake spiritualist or a person who preach about love and light, but in reality they're filled with darkness, and I don't mean the good kind. You better speak that, okay? Your inner child needs that to be let out. Your inner child needs to even be, your inner child didn't feel safe during those times. So shadow work needs to be done. Inner childhood, you know what I'm saying? These people come into your life to help you heal. And I'm not even going to say help you heal. They come into your life and cause you to heal. And I'm sure half these people already knew your life story. And even if they didn't, it does not matter. But for the ones that did, they still knew all the things that was on your plate and they added to it. Now, a lot of these times it's not intentional, but for sometimes it is intentional. But going back to this, a lot of times people, you have to forgive them for they know not what they do. Okay, because if they could be a better person for you, they will be. But let's not give them 1,000 more chances, because once you see who they are the first time, please believe them, because I guarantee you the version that you seen the first time that was all peaches and cream is nothing like them. The part where they get angry and they take it out on you, or they lack understanding or communication, whatever the case may be. Pay attention, okay? Pay attention to the long run. Pay attention to the issues that may affect you in the future with this person, especially if they're liars and cheaters and you can't trust them. Trust is very important in a connection. I'm over here in the cold. My car broke down. Me and my dog, we have to live in the car for a little bit. My sister is the only person, because everybody else I cut off because it was necessary. But people want to ask me, how you doing? How you been? Want to come back into my energy as if they're, even deserving of my energy. And I get into these moments where I just feel kind of alone or whatever the case may be. So I be a little bit more vulnerable with the energies or the people. And turns out I need to keep my damn mouth closed, because guess what? People want to ask, how you been? You good? And when you tell them everything, they just try to, oh, well, just keep your head up. Like, shut your... I'm a healer and I give advice, and that's something that I would never tell a person. And if we're close, if we had a history, I would actually try to help. whether that's financially if you need it or this and that. You feel me? But none of that is ever dished out. That's why you need to disconnect to reconnect.